up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We are down here, honey, to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Potomac. People don't know how to drive, child. Why you driving all slow and then you want to peel out? Like somebody getting on your nerves, all aggressive. Okay, so Love and Marriage Huntsville was pretty good. Let me turn Drake down. I still think that Miss Destiny, I don't think that this is the right space for Destiny. I don't think she knows how to communicate. And if you know what, and I'm sorry to say, if she's out here in the streets looking for partnership and that's the way you communicate, I wonder what was the breakdown in her marriage. I wonder if she was like, I don't know, but not Melody. Did I call her Melody earlier? Destiny. I think I called her Melody earlier. Girl, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know. Let's get to the notes. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know that you stopped by, okay? All right. Tiffany and Destiny. Was Tiffany at Destiny's spot? Yeah, she walked into Destiny's spot. They talked a little bit about what went on because she wasn't able to go to the Madani opening. Stormy, she says, as long as it came from Stormy, what came from Stormy seemed like it was genuine. She said, but the Melody, I told her she should have been escorted out she should have been escorted out like she did Tisha. And I'm like, so why didn't you do that? Like, did you you thought of it after? Don't you hate when that happens? When you're like in conflict with somebody and it's something that you meant to say to them and you forgot and you're like, damn, I wish I would have said that to them. Or you think about some shit you would have said. Baby, if I would have said that to them, I would have fucked them up. And you forget. I know that's probably why all that after effect. But to me, I feel like that's how you know there's a lack of emotional intelligence, because everybody knows that you don't run after somebody after you already had all this opportunity to approach them, kick them out, whatever it was. But then when you run after them, it just looks so lame. It looks so tired. That was some lame shit. That was lame. It was just lame. It just showed you're just not there, girl. You're not there. Let me turn my car off. I want it to be a little hot in here. It's 52 degrees today. They don't care about other people's establishments. Like Melody, I guess a lot of women do it. A lot of people do it. Not just women. A lot of people do it when they are talking about somebody they don't like, and they be like, your little friend. Or even though y'all know each other, be like, yeah, your friend came up there. She came in and she didn't even speak. Your little friend, because you don't want to have nothing to do with her. You want to separate yourself. And when people, that's the one thing Destiny loves to do. Because the person who came and some people, they don't know how to. I used to get so tired. I remember one time on Facebook, I posted, stop saying some people, say who you talking about. Because people be like, some people just, they don't know how to act. They don't come into people's establishment. You're talking about Melody. What do you mean some people? Melody don't know how to act. She came in and didn't speak. And we already know, the semantics with that, right? Do you think it's going to tarnish the shop's reputation? And she was like, no, she didn't think so. But she says we should always be supportive of each other. So if you feel like we should always be supportive of each other, who said that? Did Tiffany say that? Because I didn't mark who said that. Because if you should be supportive, then you should understand. You couldn't even, that's the crazy part to me. It's like when keeping it real goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like you couldn't even switch it off. You have a show, you have a business, you have conflict with some business owners in the area, But on a personal level, not on a business level, and y'all keep saying that Destiny is kind of annoyed that Stormy won't put her products in Madani. But to me, I feel like, how do you feel entitled to go into business with someone, and when they came to do business or to mend, I know that's right, baby, this lady has a bat. Do you hear me? This lady is walking and she has a bat. Girl, where is she going? She's like, this is my protection. I know that's right. She literally has a bat in her hand. Y'all better start walking with y'all bats and machetes. Can we walk outside with machetes? Baby, I know that's right. She's getting in her car. Come on, mama. Anyways, so that was it with Tiffany and Destiny. Kimmy and Maurice and Letitia are at Maurice and Kimmy's house. And she said her and Marceau got into a big fight. About what? He wants me to be quiet and listen to him. And I'm like, who you talking to? That's disrespectful. I'm trying to figure out. So he was upset with her. Like to me, this is what I think about. I think about a child, right? And this is because I think about this with my children, and I talk about this with my children. One thing that is kind of, I don't want to say it's a detriment, but it becomes a challenge. When you raise children to think for themselves, to probe, to be curious, to ask questions, when it comes times for things like in an urgent matter, we don't have time to ask questions, right? Because they'll start asking questions and you're like, no. I need you to focus. And I had to tell my sons, I need you to listen to the urgency in my voice before you start asking questions. If I ask you to do something, listen to the sound of my voice before you're like, okay, this is not a time to ask questions. That's what I felt like Marceau was when he was talking to Letitia, like, and then like later, shout out to Funky Daniva. Funky Daniva made an appearance on the show. He said, and a lot of, I think this is where like there's like this thing where women get men into trouble for their inactions or their mouths or something like that. So Marceau's thing was, if Martell even accidentally touches you, it's a wrap, right? And I can't do that because what did he say? He said our family is destroyed. Not really, because I got all the degrees and the credit score. You'll just be in jail and I'll just be putting money on your books and that's it. Won't be no destroyed of nothing, honey. We'll keep the party going. Keep the party going, okay? But did you hear in that exact moment, he corrected himself? Because he know, bitch, nothing gonna be destroyed without you. That's so crazy. I wonder if he like really has internalized that. Like if he were not to be in Letitia's like out of her proximity or able to quote unquote provide, that she would not be able to run what was happening. She running everything. It's in her damn name. Okay. You the most of the owner. Oh, girl. Okay. And it's funny because I don't know why women do that. And it's like, why do we have to in society stroke these niggas' egos? You have all this shit going and you still got to act like he still wants you to be quiet when he tells you to be quiet. Nigga, shut your ass up. And then I thought it was also crazy that he was like, what did he say? Dolphin lips. What did he say? He said something, and I'll get to it. I'll get to it. It's in this. I don't even know why. I'm like, girl, read your notes. She says, I'm getting fed up with that. Mighty Mouse said, we can talk to him, but that's like talking to yourself. Yeah, he knows because he's the same way. Anybody tried to talk to Montrose, he be looking like, and knowing good and goddamn well he gonna do whatever he want to do. He already has whatever the hell he want to do. That's why him and Kimmy was hibbling and hobbling over there, because he created a plan in his head, didn't put her in on it like a lot of the things that he does. So he knows exactly what it's like for somebody to talk to him and it's like them talking to themselves. He knows exactly what that's like. Marshall arrives, right? He said, the tension was building for people who don't fight their own battles. Let me tell you something. He's not the only one that has said that about Letitia and Wanda's relationship. You go over there, you say something to your mom. You know your mom is Motormouth Maybelle, okay, from Hairspray. Okay? And she's going to, in your defense, because you my child, she's going to go over there and defend you, and you could sit back and be like, well, you shouldn't say nothing to my mama. So it's like you use your mother, who's only 16 years older than you, as a weapon to come in and say, this is my mama, but then also use that's my mama card, so don't go after my mom. Letitia, the jig is up. The jig is up, sweetie. You don't have an issue. We don't have an issue with each other, Martell and I. And like men, we spoke logically. So I would like to know, who were you acting like when Mighty Mouse had to lift you up off the floor with his cape swinging in the air and hurtled you off to the other side of the building? Who was that? Was that a man or was that a woman doing that? Since we over here putting gender to emotions. So you spoke logically after you acted like what? A man or a woman? What was that behavior like? I'm trying to figure out. Girl, they be saying, and then that's the thing. They need each other around each other so everybody can go like this instead of somebody going like this. Because when you go like this, like, nigga, that don't even make sense what you're saying. You're a problem. You're a problem. Get her out of here. She's a problem. She's questioned a man. Get her out of here. I said, so what was that when you guys were fighting and people had to pull you away from each other and lift you off the floor? Where was the logic there? So if men are more logical and you were behaving illogically, that was a woman? That was woman behavior? Wanda can't be a part of my life if she continues to create conflict in spaces where I don't have conflict. It's recklessness. Women don't understand collateral damage. Right, because they're usually the ones who are getting damaged by the shit that you do. Publicly humiliated, hanging from cliffs, waiting for niggas to make decisions, using your bodies to masturbate. Hi, Mighty Mouse and Kimmy. Yeah. Girl, shut up. You don't understand collateral damage. Now, this is Kimmy on the inside and Letitia on the inside talking. If Wanda wasn't your mom, it would be a different story. And that's what I don't understand. And that is like a cultural thing. And that's where they're getting hung up. Because culturally, we are taught to respect our elders. But also culturally, elders are allowed to disrespect the children of the tribe or community. And that is normal. If it didn't happen in your family, great. But a lot of the times it's happening. That is a cultural thing, that the elders can be disrespectful. Case in point, Wanda. Okay, Wanda J. Blige. And the quote unquote children, whether they're adults or not, have to endure the disrespect. Because if you question or defend yourself, that is disrespectful to an elder. Now, Wanda is not an elder, but they are trying to apply that because she's a mother. But she's not an elder. She's literally an older peer. But she's not that old. She's still with the shits. She's still running around cars and trucks trying to hit people. Yeah, she's a peer. Right? Right. So that is the reason, and I don't understand, and that's why Melody is, to me, and I don't understand what y'all, I think y'all be in the comments, not y'all, but y'all. I think y'all be in the comments looking for what you don't agree with and just like tumbling over what, like you don't hear, like you're listening for someone to say something out of what you deem appropriate, right? You love Melody for whatever reason, right? If somebody says something about her and then like later in the damn review agree and say that she literally did not have to use her child as a scapegoat because she had so many other things that she could have came at Wanda about. Wanda been talking about Melody since day one. That's what I said last week, using your child as a scapegoat to say, oh, you're talking about my child paternity. I don't even have to use that. Girl, you've been so fucking disrespectful. I can name a plethora of other things. That's all I'm saying. That's what y'all, she has a right to defend. That's the defend. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, Wanda had it coming. She's been had it coming. You didn't have to wait until she questioned Sugar Mama's paternity. Y'all should have been cussed Wanda out. And because y'all are stuck in this idea that because this is this woman's mother, I have to respect this woman's mother, but she's really just a peer. And this woman is using her mother as a weapon. She goes and she talks to the mother about things that are going on. And then her mother pistol starts everything. Little pistol starter. She comes over here, terrorizes everybody. And you sit back like, you better not talk about my mama. You better not talk about my mom. We're talking about your mother, okay? Your mama can get talked about because your mama is reckless. I've been saying that. I've been saying, Mark, everybody needs to cuss her ass out. Kimmy needs to cuss her ass out too. And the only reason why she don't get cussed out is because that's your mother. And then she was like, that's the biggest pickle for Marsupio because he adores you. He's your protector. Kimmy, I don't know what, I don't know. Is that what he is, girl? You don't have a voice in the situation. Don't be disrespectful talking to me. And then what's his name says he has too much to lose. And then what's her name says she got too much to lose. I'm not going to be fighting anybody. So you acting like I'm going to get into a fight with somebody and therefore you have to protect me. And therefore when there's conflict, I need to listen to you and only you. Like, here's the time where I get to play leader and you're not letting me do it. She said she doesn't want to do business with Martell. I'm not comfortable. And then they were like, well, would you hire him? You can't hire an unlicensed contractor. He don't have his license. That's the thing. And it's like, I feel like Dolphin Lips is playing around. Like, I feel like you playing both sides. You making it seem like you want to do something for him, knowing good and goddamn well you're not going to do it. Your wife is not in agreement. So I don't know. So the fight just solidified it, right? Martell is over Mel's house. She says she appreciates him coming over. They just basically said that Martell, when he was chuckling, that was funny to me because he was like laughing at Wanda. Because last week he told Wanda, you got your whole little outfit on, don't you? She had on that little them purple biker short set, girl. He said, you got your little outfit on, don't you? Oh, they didn't understand why Mighty Mouse, listen to his name. They didn't understand why Mighty Mouse was jumping in. Because Montrose got to jump in with his red shoes. He had on his superpower shoes that day, honey. Wanda can't come around. It's too much hostility. She goes below the belt. She keeps poking. I don't want her around me. And what else did he say? I don't want her around. Melody says she's tired of being attacked. Call the folks. Let's have a dinner. We need to discuss Wanda and like getting rid of her and removing her. Maybe we can calm everything. Maybe we can go back to the restaurant where we started the comeback group or whatever. Because the goal of this show has been lost. You think? The goals have been lost, honey. It's always a possibility. Melody says sometimes it's not. Okay. So it's nice to see Martell, and I know she said she didn't want to film with him at all. So it's good that they're actually filming together. Did you see Stormy's property? Ridiculous. Yeah, you want to be like me. Yeah, you want to be like me. What's up? What she tell her? What's up? What she tell her? That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, bitch. That's what that need to be. That's what's up ranch. Okay. Did you see Stormy's property, y'all? I was like, that is beautiful. Beautiful. She had horses and everything. Bitch, you want to be like her. Don't sleep on Stormy, okay? She has a nice property. Her what's her name was came over there. I don't know why every time I see Tiffany, she just gives me greasy, oily hair. Like just her whole little persona. It's just like her hair does not her hair is not greasy and oily, but you know how when someone's hair looks like when it hasn't been washed and it's like oily and it kind of like like their hair is kind of like holding together in certain spaces and it's just limp and it looks like that's what Tiffany, that's her persona. Like not her persona, but like her I don't know, I don't want to call her energy. Yeah, her energy is giving me oily hair, like oily hair that needs to be washed. That's like a couple days past being washed. But it's not her hair at all. I'm not talking about her hair. I'm just talking about her energy is like oily hair. Like the way the hair be looking like I don't know. It just seems like I don't know what it is. I'm not connecting with Tiffany. I'm not at all. I'm not connecting with her at all. Um, Stormy is telling her what happened. She said, "I never seen an older woman do that." She was like literally trying to fight this lady. She's not old. That's the thing. That's not an old lady. That is not an old lady, y'all. How old is Wanda? Wanda is not 60 years. She can't be 60 years old. That's not an old lady. She's not. She isn't. Um, Destiny Shop. Stormy was like, Destiny Shop hasn't had any publicity. I guess all publicity, I guess it's good. That's the most action it ever had, honey. She was cracking up. She thought that was fun. She tickled herself with that. Martell sits down with Chris. Chris be on Instagram dancing all the time. Do y'all see him? What's his name? Chris Fletcher. I think that's his last name, Fletcher. He be on the go. I remember he was in my Explore page one time. I was like, that looked like Chris Fletcher. And he was dancing, honey. I was like, what is going on? Chris Fletcher be down to the Instagram dancing. Go check him out, honey. So he says he's always done business with integrity. We won't be working together. They act like they didn't understand how to leave kids out of it. But we're gonna have a dinner, and then what did he say? He said something about Letitia. I guess Letitia and Mel, because I think that's a part of the thing. It's like Mel. I don't know what's up with Mel and Letitia. I don't know what it is. It's something that's not. I used to think it was like Letitia looked up to Melody in her like outgoing, extrovert personality. I think, and the way that she could get up and speak in front of people and stuff like that. I think that Letitia admired that. That's what I used to think about. Like that was the like issue. It's like you see something in somebody that you want to possess yourself, and instead of admiring them, it kind of turns into jealousy or envy kind of turns into like envy. It's envy. It turns into envy because it's like you want to have what they possess and you can't possess it or you can't quite get it. That's what I felt like was the issue between Tisha and Melody. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know, because I'm looking at Letitia like, bitch, you really got it going on, low key. Like you really got it going on. And what makes it seem like you don't have it going on is the dynamics of your marriage. It's just like, be quiet when I tell you to be quiet. Like that's not cool at all. And she knows it's not cool. But anyway, he's looking for a house to buy. So that's what's going on. They're at Stormy's warehouse. Madani comes over there and she says she wants to get to a place where Destiny is not the Tin Man, where she doesn't even have a heart, right? She says how you came correct. Other people didn't. I don't know who she's talking about. I don't know who she could be talking about. That's so weird. It is so weird to me because I feel like on reality shows, they want you to say everything that you're feeling, right? I know that that was really something that they promoted. The Real World is the first reality television show for me, right? The Real World. And the reason why they had those confessionals is so that they can verbally get out how they feel in the moment. And when you're on a reality show, we want to see you be human. Human. We want to see you be human. And it's like, this probably, for me, I feel like Destiny should probably work on this part of herself. Like, she even at some point said, God is still working on me, I'm not there yet. And I'm just like, that's so, it seems like it's so like it seems like there's like a what I envision is like one of those things that are in the street that keep people from passing, like when they're doing road work and stuff like that. And it's like, it looks like the emoji, like that's yellow and black, and it has the lights on at the top. And I feel like Destiny is like pushing up against one of those things. And it's like, all you have to do is lift it up and move it out the way, but you want to be behind something that's keeping you from progressing. And it's like the inability to communicate effectively is really it, because human beings, that's what we use to communicate outside of other things, but we're the only ones. We are the only ones that can do this, that sounds come out of our mouths and make words, and we communicate that way. And you are severely poor at doing that. And I think you should use this as an opportunity to work on how, like, say how you feel, because all that flared nostril, clenched jaw, that's not good for you. That's not good for you internally. And while you keeping it real, you're going to end up real sick because you're not expressing your emotions. It's not cool. And you're not like saying it. God is still working on me. Well, you can use some bleaching. No, you can do some work too. While God is working on you, you can do some work too. You can work together. You and God. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. All of us. You and God. So while God is working on you, you got to do some work too. Because that was crazy. I don't know what's going on with Melody. It's best not to say that we're common friends. If you want us to be friends, it's best not to try to put Melody inside of it. And no one understands what's going on. Nobody gets it. And not Melody, Destiny, for me, I feel like Destiny could feel like, I really don't like the way that Melody broke up with me. But I think because it's a woman, that women are afraid to say that, because those relationships tend to be more emotionally connected. Even it just tend to be more emotionally connected. And when it ends, it is a breakup. It's no different than you. I feel like we put so much importance on male female relationships, that the female female relationship, when it breaks down, it is the same thing as breaking up with your boyfriend. It's the same thing. And what Destiny needs to say is, I don't like the way Melody broke up with me. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I don't like the way she did me, because I said that Melody she did not exit that relationship honestly. I still feel to this day, Melody is not honest by saying, I don't want to be around you because you like to report back, and you and I don't want to be nowhere near you and Martell. Martell is your friend. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, because that's what's expected, because is what has happened. Isn't that what has happened? Y'all not friends. That's what have eventually happened anyway, because Destiny doesn't like to talk about herself. So she's one of those people, she'll talk about everything else besides herself to avoid talking about herself. So if you hanging around with Mel all the time and Mel got shit going on, I don't need you to go back and report him, because he's going to ask. He's always going to ask, because he's pressed. He's forever going to be pressed, okay? And don't let Martell act like he's not pressed, or don't let him lead you to believe that he ain't pressed. He'll always be pressed over Melody Cherie, okay? I don't give a fuck who he's dating over there. I don't care. He's pressed. And we don't need I don't need my business going over and you filtering through you to Martell. And that's just what it is. I'm still failing to understand what the problem is. We all are, honey. Will you be open to sitting down with Mel and talking? I don't remember what she said. Funky Doniva. Shout out to Funky Doniva. Funky Doniva showed up to Black. She said that who was nervous to see Funky Doniva because Funky Doniva is so opinionated. I thought it was weird that Dolphin Lips said that he can be toxic. Did he say toxic masculine, but not homophobic? Okay, so the homophobia is rooted in the issue with femininity. So it's the same. It's the same. You have an issue with femininity. You have a problem with femininity. So while you're a toxic ass man who believes in gender roles, you also insult people by calling them women, right? Remember Dr. Francis? You said he was a therapist for women or men who think like women. You have a problem with women. And gay men who are feminine and flamboyant, you have a problem with the femininity in them, right? That's where the problem is, right? I thought that was weird for him to say that. Funky Doniva feels like Letitia's mom fights her battles. That's what everybody's been saying. And you're complicit. I'm very direct with my mom, but I don't raise my voice. And that's fine. But you can't be this Southern, have this, it's cultural. And he said it. You cannot allow that to stop you from getting respect. Like that, if you think about it, you have to allow yourself to be disrespected in order for you to show respect to your mother. So your mother can disrespect you, but if you, in defense of yourself, speak up, that's disrespecting her. So I can harm you. You cannot speak up in defense of yourself because what? Because she's an elder. That's just the way I was raised. You have to, just because that's the way you were raised doesn't mean you were raised correctly. And if you see that just the way you were raised is creating conflict in your other relationships, maybe just the way you were raised needs to be unlearned. And maybe you need to learn a different way. Just a suggestion. Because just because you are not on drugs, homeless, all the things, doesn't mean that you had the best upbringing and that your parents' tactics didn't have an effect on you. But this idea where in order for people, elders, quote unquote elders, to feel respected, you have to allow yourself to be disrespected. That is an old ass operating system, and the people are moving away from that. My thing is, of course, you can't change no old ass person, right? Who thinks that because I'm an elder, there's a hierarchy and therefore I can talk to you any kind of way, right? That you have to accept that verbal abuse or being disrespected or embarrassed or publicly humiliated. You have to take that. You don't. And I think a lot of people are saying, okay, well, if I can't change the person, what am I going to do? No, you don't have to change the person. You change you. You move away from stuff like that. You don't need to deal with anything in that way. You don't have to deal with verbal abuse. You don't have to feel disrespected. You don't have to feel frustrated. That's not, it doesn't, just because it's something that we do culturally, just because you were raised to do it, doesn't make it right. And you sitting there, that's just the way I was raised. But do you feel good right now? Does your mom make you feel good? So the way that you were raised, something's not right about that. Because look at your whole little dimension. You sitting up there all tense and stuff. For what? Chew the meat and spit out the bones. You can't, if your mom can't get it together, she can't come around. And it's like, why do I have to be subjected to your wild ass mom? Why? Why do we have to be subjected to your wild ass mom? Why every time we go over Kyle's house on Beverly Hills, does the dog have to jump in the plate? Why do we have to be subjected to that? We either are not coming around or the dog can't come around. It's the same thing. I'm sorry. It's the same thing because it is like an untamed person. And it's like she can run amok and everybody has to respect her while she terrorizes them. Where do they do that at? We're not trying to play slave and slave master. We're not playing those games to where the person, because they're in some hierarchical position, can talk to you and treat you any kind of way, and you can't defend yourself in any kind of way because your defense of yourself is disrespectful to them. So where does that put you in your self-worth? That's why you over there with your shoulders hunched, looking down all the time. Oh, I'm not going to let nobody just talk to my mama any kind of way. Why not? Your mom's a goddamn terrorist. She is. So why can't anybody? So you mean to tell me your mom could run amok and nobody can say anything because she's your mom, but your only reason why your mom is saying something is because you done told her some shit? So almost like she's a shield and a weapon, and you can't say, and she's a protected class. Girl, you can't say nothing to your mama while she turns this motherfucker inside out. We supposed to sit there while she questions paternity and talks about the texture of the kid's hair and all this other shit. What? Like I said, Melody had every right to cuss that lady out. Every right. And it was way before questioning Sugar Mama's paternity or the aborted baby, whoever baby. It don't matter. She had more than enough reasons to cuss that lady out. She didn't have to use Sugar Mama. And she wouldn't have had the information if Martell wasn't down there trying to disparage you, trying to make it seem like you was doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing. Anyways, y'all let me know what you think about the episode. I think I talked too much. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.